What's up guys, this is Dan from Bespoke Cycling and today I am going to show you our new bike builder tool. If you don't know about us, we are a bicycle studio based in London. Our main focus is on custom built bikes, so we have a full range of different options, models and brands that we work with, and a full range of prices as well. So the aim is essentially every built bike that we build is customized to you as the customer. So there's no, taking what you don't want in terms of maybe that's component sizes or just the spec. If you don't like the tire, the tire color, or you need a different cockpit size, we make that happen on your new build, alongside doing some particularly exotic builds as well. So we work with a lot of amazing brands that enable us to do some really cool projects. But the specific thing I wanted to talk to you about today and just give a little overview of is our new bike builder tool. So this is something we've had in development for a little while now. And essentially what this is a bike builder that allows you to put together and build your dream bike. So we'll get right into it here. You can see we've got lots of different frame models on the side here. So when you're using this, you can kind of click through, see what different options, what different models and brands we can offer. You can flick around the color, so we'll come back to this in a bit, but if there's a color that you think actually, yeah, that looks really good, I like the look of that, then you can start with that. So loads of different brands in here, all the different frame colors, from some rarer options to just standard stock ones, but these are all frame builds, so you have complete control over that. So we'll start with the ever popular Tarmac SLA, and we'll go through here and build a bike together. So firstly, we just want to pick the color. Let's choose one of the rarer ones. So let's go for the gloss red sky. This is a very cool kind of lava finish on the Tarmac SLA. We just hit next there, continue to the bar stem, and then we get a choice on certain handlebar and stem combinations. Now, some frames you use a proprietary bar and stem. So for example, the Factor 1 here, the next step will be to a group set, because we don't need to choose a bar and stem because the bar and stem is included with the frame set and it's proprietary. So in the Tarmac case, we can run different options. So if we go back to our red sky here, and then you can see we've got the rapid cockpit, which is obviously probably the most popular option. You can run like a two-piece MV setup, an S-Works two-piece setup, and then we've got the AR cockpits as well from Envy, and the one-piece cockpit, the Pro Road one-piece cockpit from Envy. So let's go with the Envy actually, because that's cool. And then here we've got group sets. So group sets are categorized by, we've got Duration Ultegra, Red and Force, and then power meter options. So all the most important thing to say about group sets is the pricing is live. So we're currently basing this pricing on the market pricing for a new group set, alongside including our premium build. Now our premium build, if you don't know, that includes a full ceramic coating on the frame. So we use a Cerakote Professional ceramic coating, which helps protect the frame against dirt build up, and actually just we found makes it cleaning generally a little bit easier, and importantly it makes the frame look absolutely incredible. So something like this gloss frame, for example, once we apply the ceramic coat to that, it just brings it to life like you wouldn't imagine. So that's really cool. But that's all included. Chain waxing as well. We're big fans of chain waxing here in our workshop, so every new bike we do has the chain waxed as well. And that's all included within the pricing you see here. So if we just pick let's go with Ultegra with a power meter. So Ultegra power meter group set there. And now wheels. So wheel choices, we've got lots and lots of different wheel choices there. Loads of premium brands. We're starting, as I said, we've kept this pretty competitive. So if you just want an entry level wheel set, we've got a Zip 303S, we've got the Overfast wheels, which are competitively priced. And then equally you can step up into the higher end stuff. So we've got Robal Rapid CLX3 wheels there. You can look at how the different decals are going to work with the frame. Same with the Sprints there. We've got the brand new Princeton Wake 6560 Evos. So you can see there's loads of different colours of those here. You can play around with that and see how that looks. I always think that Envy 4.5 Pros look pretty amazing on every build. So two decal options, silver or white. I'm going to go with white because I think it matches the white logo nicely. And then we're on to tyres. So tyres, loads of different choices on tyres. Obviously, the important thing to note is this is not a totally expansive list of every single product we could possibly do. We've got our popular products in here, from frames to tyres to group sets, and everything. But if there happens to be something that you really want, or a brand that you really want, especially in terms of the components, you like, we can get it. That's what we do. We get products from all over the world, and we have really, really good relationships with all these suppliers that allow us to do that. So if you see something that's not on here, like, almost certainly we can get it. It's just a case of letting us know, and we can work with you on that. But for now, let's assume that your tyre choice is in here. One quite cool thing I think is handy is being able to check different sidewall colours. You see we've got the Vittoria Corsa Pro there with the kind of light tan sidewall, which looks really good. The yellow turbo cottons, standard black Continental. I'm gonna go the tan actually. This is what's quite cool about that. Like, I actually think like the tan looks really good and classic. Yellow, I don't think really works that well with the red, but you would never know that until we finished your build. And obviously the point here is you could never see this built, before you committed to buying it. This spec does not exist anywhere in the world, basically. So you'll never be able to see it. You'll put your total, trust and faith, in the bike shop, which, once again, that's what we do, and we've been working for a long time with that. But I think nowadays people, consumers deserve to be able to see, the finished product and a little bit more detail, if they want to, before they make the purchase. So in this case it's interesting. Like, yellow probably doesn't work so well there. Let's go back to the tan. Tan I think looks pretty cool. Saddles here, once again, not the biggest huge range of every single saddle on the market, but that's kind of the point. Just our popular models that we see, from the Bike Fit Studio, and what people are choosing on their bikes. If your saddle's not on here, once again we can get it, but I'll run with the PAL for now. Now here is our finished bike. So you can see here that we've got a full specification put together. What you can do now is you can save your build. So if I just enter my email address here, then that will save the build and send me a link, basically, so I can recall this build later, and then you get a finalized build page. So at this point you've just been able to look at different colors and different options and things like that, and then you now get to see your dream build in the real world. So obviously, this is our kind of style with the build gallery that we have, and the post that we put on Instagram. So we wanted to incorporate that, so you could see that actually your bike, your new bike could look like this, and this is how it would look in the real world. So you can share it with us on WhatsApp. So we have a very busy WhatsApp that you can share with us, and we monitor that 7 days a week, 12 hours a day. So we're always happy to chat, casually about bikes on there. And equally, you can send through a build. You can email it to us, or if you hit speak to us here, fill out your details, let us know anything you think might be useful for us to know. And importantly, you can add your fit data. So you can fill all this out. If you're a 54, and you like 100mm stem with a 40cm bar, and you want 165mm cranks, you can just specify that from new. So we find that a lot of people nowadays have had a bike fit and know, or maybe keep their bike fit updated, and don't need to go through another one necessarily just because they're buying a new bike. It might be that you've had a recent bike fit within the last year or so, you're perfectly comfortable with that, and you want to replicate that data. So you can do that here, or you leave this all blank, tell us in here, I need a bike fit before buying, and we'll arrange that with the incredible guys at Foundation Bike Fit that work from our studio. So you get a little build summary here. You can contact us to discuss that directly. If you want to go back, then you can just click through any of these tabs here, and then we can start to play around with the colours. So for example, if you think, how does that red looks good, but what would one of the limited edition frames look like? You can see these are the artist series here. You've got all the different choices and options here for SL8 colour. Or if you decide, actually, what would a Y1 RS look like? You can flick around the frame there, and then you might decide, that's cool. Like, that Y1 RS looks really good. I like the sort of bluey purple finish on the YBSO frame there, but now I don't like the tyres. So then we just flick back, we go for Blackwall tyres, and there we go. So that is our new bike builder. So that is everything, how it all works and how it goes together. I think what we're interested in is obviously to get people, using this and see how people interact with it. As far as I'm aware, I don't think there's anything like this in the bike world at the moment at all. Obviously, you've got Trek's Project One configurator. Some brands in now they might have a drop down menu of choosing group set or colors or wheels and things like that, and that's, yeah, it gives you the choice. But I think being able to see your build before you actually pull the trigger on it and visually get a representation of how it's going to look, that's very unique. So we're really proud of this builder actually, and what we're interested in is to get people using it. And equally, if you think there's something missing that you'd like us to put on here, so for example, there's a brand that you would love to see in there, that we do, or there's a certain wheel set manufacturer that you think we've missed, then you can just let us know. We're really interested to sort of improve this and make it work. Most importantly for customers, and we want to be able to make this a nice seamless process for you to look at what an amazing dream build would look like, an accurate price of what it's going to cost. And as I say, we're very confident this is competitive against any bike shop in the world basically. So and then you can easily send it to us and chat with us via email or WhatsApp or whatever works best for you to speak about your new build. So I hope that was helpful, just to give you a little rundown of what our new builder is about. You can access it directly from our website. Obviously, this is our website, bespokecycling.com. If you click the bike builder just on the right hand side here, then obviously that will fire up, and then you're free to play around with everything. So hopefully that was helpful. Give you a little shakedown of what we've got available on our website with the bike builder, and we look forward to seeing some crazy and ridiculous and awesome build projects flying in. And thanks for watching, and hopefully see you guys again soon.